Nest. Happy Monday. Excuse me, I'm coming down with a little something something. It is freezing down here. We got many, many inches of snow, so bear with your girl. But before I get started, please like, comment, and subscribe for all your NFL recaps, news, and gossip. Well, as you guys know, apparently I was the first one to announce that the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints would be playing in Europe. I mistakenly said they would be playing in London, I think I said. I might have said England. Whatever I said, I don't think I said Paris. In fact, I know I said London because I was complaining about the rain. But when I went back and looked at the bookmarked tweet, for the guy who I said I would follow as a reliable source, it was Paris. He said Paris from Jump Street. So, you know, however they set up Shador's announcement, it was not professionally done and it leaked. People working in the stadium told people. Those two guys told me 3 days ago, and there was no reason for them to tell me that. They wanted it out there, so it kept going apparently. And yesterday, the Paris Sports News Twitter account with 2 million followers announced it. It is October 25th in Paris. Um, the NFL hasn't confirmed it yet, but Adam Schefter just did. I did right before I was coming on here. Adam Schefter announced it. Yeah, it was him. I don't think it was Ian Rappaport. I think it was Adam Schefter. And NBC News announced it this morning. Also, Shador's announcement is not scheduled to come out until Monday or Tuesday. I heard Tuesday initially, but then I was hearing Monday and Tuesday. I think Todd Monken's press conference is Tuesday, tomorrow. And I think they were trying to make that coincide. I believe there's going to be an announcement that Shador's QB1. I'm not sure, but I believe it is. And so even though Paris, um, you know, kind of ruined his announcement, if they also announce that he's QB1, that'll still be, a major announcement. But I think that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong. And I'll tell you what, if he's not QB1, the way that they are using him right now, that's what it would be. It would be using him, um, and I don't think it's that. I don't. They rolled him out with Monken and no one else. No one else rolled out with Monken. Shador came back from Europe for Monken. Deshaun is over there too. He did not come back. So I think it's going to be announced. And the game is in Paris. I've already checked on my travel. I can't see. I'm going to put my glasses on in a minute. I already checked on my travel, and I will make it as soon as it's announced. And you always worry, or I worry, when I buy tickets to a game that my player is going to, anything could happen. So, in fact, anything has happened. I bought a ticket to that Eagles preseason game probably 30 minutes before it was announced that Shador was injured. And that was a game I was traveling to. So, this will be another game I'm traveling to, and I'm going to book the tickets soon as the announcement comes out officially from the NFL, even though, I'm pretty sure it's official. But that's when I'm going to do it. And even though I know whenever I book tickets very far in advance, like sometimes I'll book a trip many, many times. Damn near every year, I'll book one trip nearly a year in advance. It's like 11 months in advance. And the flights are always canceled. Always. 100% of the time when I book my travel that far in advance, the flights are canceled a couple of times. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. They'll notify me when it's canceled and I'll reschedule a new flight and all this and that and the third. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give myself enough time. You know, it's not like some domestic game where I can go for the weekend or sometimes just go for a day. I have driven to like DC for a game on game day. No, that's not true. I ain't never did that. I've never did that. But I have driven home after the game. I'll get there the night before and spend the night at my cousin's house. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Paris and I'm going to stay a week. I never want to go to Paris. I don't like tourist traps. But I'm going to go and I'm going to try to schedule it so that the game will be either on the tail end of the trip or the front of the trip, and then use the rest of the trip. Maybe spend 3 days in Paris and spend the rest of the trip, I don't know, somewhere else. I could go to the south of France. I don't know. I need to find out where I can go in France that's not touristy. I just don't like you, but you know what the bad thing about not touristy? People not speaking English. I'll figure it out, but I'm going. I just wanted to report that. And then the final thing that I will report, Happy Black History Month. As we know, 2 black coaches were fired. And a part of the 10 coaching vacancies in this season, and no black coaches were hired. So that Rooney Rule is just a waste of people's time, especially the black candidates. So they interviewed 20 black candidates at a minimum, because you had to have 2 for each team, and none of them were hired. And I bet they were never going to get hired. Meanwhile, Kevin Stefanski got a job that used to be held by a black coach who won more than him. So, you know, make of that what you may. Make of that what you may. They need to get rid of that Rooney Rule. It's nonsense, and it's wasting people's time. All right. Hi, Buns Bens. Hi, Love Hello Kitty. Hi, Brenda. Lee. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Christian. Hi, MJ. MJ, look. I don't know if I don't know how you determine if no one best for the job. I don't know. I don't know. You know, if there are no black head coaches, I'm sorry, no black coaching candidates that are good for the job or best for the job, how did Kevin Stefanski get a job? But why is that? I work in the corporate sector, and where you can't just talk about it, you actually have to be about it when it comes to diversity. And I know people hate diversity nowadays, but you actually have to do it. And so in the sector that I work in, they wanted to hire diverse candidates, but they couldn't even get them to apply. I'm talking about at the tippy top. I work in a Fortune 500. I was working in a Fortune 100 company at the time, and they couldn't even get black candidates at the top when you're trying to hire for, forget about CEO, forget about it, but just his direct reports and their direct reports, the ones at the very top, they couldn't find the candidates. So what they started was a mentoring program for exceptional black employees, not just black and women, and so that they could develop them, get to know them, make sure they grow because they exceed expectations. Those are the ones that they want at the top. So they started nurturing that. Now that was 10 years ago. So now they should have a crop of promising minority candidates that can at least qualify for the job. Because if you never let them up there, they ain't never getting there. They'll never be qualified. So the argument that they've been making is that a lot of these head coaching jobs go to offensive minded coaches. And for some reason, the black candidates move up the defense side. Um, you know, they would have to do better, but I don't think they will because you guys I never know who's on here. Like every name that I read this morning, I didn't know them. Um, And since someone asked me that diversity question, you don't know that I don't normally like to talk about stuff like that, but it did happen. It happened. They fired 2 black coaches and they hired 10, well, 9 white coaches and Robert Saleh, who is Lebanese. Um, so there are now 3 black coaches in the NFL. Um, and like I said, make of that what you may. So, anybody that want to go to Paris, holla at your girl. I'm going. Um. Okay. Well, I don't have any of my people on here, and it's very weird. And I don't entertain that. This is a sports podcast, and at the moment, it's a Cleveland Browns podcast. Although I am a Panthers fan. And well, I'm a Browns fan and a Panthers fan because I'm a Shador Sanders fan. So be on the lookout, guys. It'll be either today or tomorrow that Shador will announce the Paris game between the New Orleans Saints. Hey, Saeed, thank you for saving me. I was here alone with apparently trolls that I couldn't even respond to, couldn't have a conversation with, although one did ask me a question that was valid, and I did respond to that. And I'm not calling him a troll. But, excuse me. Saeed, since you're here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It was confirmed, it leaked to me that the Saints and the Browns were playing. I said London, but the guy said to me it was Paris. And I just reported the wrong thing. I'll be forgetting stuff. But it's Paris. It's confirmed. Those guys in the stadium done leaked that Shador announcement happening all over the place. And so the Paris Sports page with 2 million followers, a Twitter page with 2 million followers, reported it first yesterday, and now Adam Schefter reported it right before I came on. NBC News also reported it at some point this morning. Yes, he's having a fantastic time at the Pro Bowl. And people are still complaining about him being at the Pro Bowl. But let me tell you something. We don't like to admit, or they don't. They never like to admit what happened to Shador. Because they never liked him. They didn't like him from Jump Street. Shador, the same hatred and vitriol that comes at him now was happening in college. He didn't do nothing to nobody. They just hate him. Because he's popular. He's popular. So when you're popular, everyone's not going to like you. And there are irrational people out there that are just going to hate you. Whether it's because you're popular, or in Shador's case, because his father is a Hall of Famer. And so automatically, in their mind, that means he doesn't deserve to be where he is. Automatically. It doesn't apply to other people, but it applies to him. I never hear people say that about Arch Manning. Anyway, so he was blackballed prior to the draft by Brian Daboll and Epstein's friends over there in New York. They were allowed to blackball him. Those low-life, sleazy bastards were allowed to blackball him. And then the owners all get together and decide, let's punish him and tank him in the draft, which robbed him of $40 million and gave the haters even more to hate on. That's where he deserved to go. They know that's not true. I don't know what they know, actually. They just like to hate him. I don't think they watch his games. They just hate him. So they don't know if it's true or not. The NFL said 32 teams passed. That was collusion. They colluded against him. That's why everybody came for him in the 5th round at the top of the 5th round. Everybody came for him. The Ravens, the Eagles, the Browns. At the top, the Browns traded 2 picks in the 5th round to get Shedeur. Okay? So you had that. The robbery of the $40 million. Then he gets here to the NFL and is blatantly sabotaged by his coach in broad daylight. The players leaking it to anybody that'll listen that he's the best quarterback in the room, but Stefanski kept him at QB4 and wouldn't allow him to get any reps or even be exposed to watching them. Had him practicing on a separate field. The media reported that. They knew it was weird. So the sabotage started from day one. That Rams game that nobody wanted to admit to how he was treating Shedeur and pulling him out in a 2-minute drill, and just terrible. It just kept going and going and going. Then he gets up to Andrew Berry, and I believe, I know it is. It wasn't just Andrew Berry. It was Jimmy Haslam too. Said, okay, we can't like totally undermine him as a coach. If he wants Dillon Gabriel to start, let's let him dig his own grave. But this ain't going to go on all season, and start trading away his quarterbacks that he had ahead of Shedeur. Okay? All this going on in broad daylight. Then he throws him out there in the Ravens game with no development. Even when he became QB2, he still would not develop him and get him ready to play when all it would take is a Dillon Gabriel injury for him to play. And he wouldn't do it. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, the media and the NFL are profiting from Shedeur, using him as the poster boy after they done robbed him of $40 million. So, I don't care if Shedeur doesn't deserve to go to the Pro Bowl based on the stats created by Kevin Stefanski's lack of development, ruined his rookie season. Thank God at least he got one Rookie of the Week when he balled out better than every rookie all season with no development. And these people going to tell me he's the worst NFL quarterback in the league. Anyway, I only said all that to say that's my response to anybody complaining about him being in a Pro Bowl. They put him in there because they continue to use him because of his popularity. So Richard Sherman said, it's okay for the alternates to play, but you don't give them the credit for being a Pro Bowler. No, baby, they ain't using Shedeur once again after robbing him of $40 million and then going to try to use him to get eyes on the Pro Bowl and don't give him Pro Bowl credit. No. It's not happening. Drake May got it last year, undeserved. Tyler Huntley is a Pro Bowler, undeserved, in a season where he only played 4 games. So I don't want to hear nothing about no Shedeur. The only reason they complain about him is because he's popular. So I believe that they're trying to make up for what they did. No way is he announcing that Spain game for free. I doubt that's part of his contract. And Tyler Shuck didn't have to do it. He did it. So hopefully he got paid for that. And maybe they're finding a way to make up for that $40 million they robbed from him. So, okay, we'll let you do some ad, you popular. We gonna post you on our social all the time. And then when you change back to that too, we gonna get some more jersey money. That's okay. Because after that year of humiliation, punishment, whatever it was they wanted to do, it's over. It is finally over. Do y'all remember how painful it was in the beginning? I don't know if it was painful for y'all. It was for me. It was painful not watching him play all those weeks. Um, but it's over. They got him a coach. They rolled him out with the coach. No one else. He rolled out with the coach. And anyway, even before the coach got there, they posted Shedeur is on board with the coach. He's announcing the game in Spain. I really expect him to say, I'll be QB1. Somebody got to say it. Because if they're doing all this, using his image like this, and he's not QB1, then we're going to have a problem, and y'all going to call us rabbit for show, because I'm going to cut a fool. He better be QB1 with the way that they're using him. So yes, Shedeur Sanders is in the Pro Bowl, and he is so happy, and he's having fun, and all the players are enjoying him because he's a player's player. They love him. That's why Kevin Stefanski got fired. Because the players chose Shedeur. Because they seen him making plays. That's what they were, when they were leaking that information, that's what they were saying. Shedeur makes plays. And y'all know that. You seen him with no development. You seen him throw for 364 yards with no development and a rushing touchdown. So he had almost 400 yards in that game. That's it. I can't stay on. I gotta work. I just wanted to report the Spain, the Paris thing. It's official, and I'm going. Let me see what you're talking about, Saeed. Did you see nephew having a good time? Yes, yes. I love it. It made me smile. Will Shedeur be QB1 at the game in Paris? I believe so. The conversation on Shedeur always without context. Always. Sister, your stream is filling up. It is. Flower Blue. Rumors are, rumors, that's spelled the European way, are that the Dylan's agent wants a meeting with the Browns. Oh, okay. They trying to get him to go to Atlanta. Is Atlanta going to take him? No development, and he beat the Steelers and the Bengals. The players at the Pro Bowl out there throwing up the wrist. They stand in solidarity with Shedeur. That collusion in the draft, I know that rubbed players the wrong way because it could happen to any of them. And has happened. And has happened. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to report. What? You guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check back in probably after the announcement is made or after Monken does his press conference tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Mwah.